Is this Figuarts Stormtrooper a hit or a miss? Let's find out. Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna take a look at the S.H.Figuarts Imperial Stormtrooper from Star Wars A New Hope. This is actually a re-release of a figure that was originally released back in 2019. Initially I didn't feel like I need this figure because I have more than enough of Black Series Stormtroopers and those figures are fantastic. Probably one of the best in the line. But with this re-release I've decided to get only one simply because I wanted to see how it compares to the Black Series. I assume that the articulation is much better, and if you know me, then you know that I love to pose action figures. So let's start with the packaging. It's a standard Figuarts box with a big window in front showing the figure and the accessories. We have Star Wars logo printed on the window. Here it says Stormtrooper Classic version from A New Hope. We have a nice promo shot on the side, more promo shots on the back of the box with the figure using the accessories, logo on the other side, same on top, and legalese at the bottom. So now, let's open up the box and let's take a look at the figure. Here is our classic Stormtrooper out of the box, and it looks really good. The proportions are good, the helmet is not too small compared to the rest of the body, the overall sculpt is really sharp and crisp, which is something that I always expect out of this line. Here is a closer look at the helmet, and you can see how nice and sharp everything looks. There is not much paint on this figure, but here on this helmet these small details are well applied. The eye lenses turned out pretty good as well. Here is a look at the back of the helmet, and then a look at the arms. They look good, but same as on the original release, white armor parts have these edges that are not accurate to the movie. It doesn't bother me, I'm just pointing out that those are still there. Torso looks good, small gray buttons are cleanly painted, the belt is also nicely sculpted. Here is a quick look at the legs, the feet, and then the back of the figure, and as I said, everything looks really clean and sharp, and the sculpt is really nice. As I said, there's not much paint here, but what we got looks fantastic. Let's now take a look at his accessories. He comes with a separate holster that can be attached to the belt. You can see the pegs here. Strap here can be detached, and so you can insert his blaster here, peg the strap back in. And the way to put this on a figure, you simply need to remove this small piece on the belt here, align this piece, plug it in, and now you have your Stormtrooper with a holster. He also comes with 3 pairs of hands. First we have a pair of fisted hands that are on the figure. We have a pair of trigger finger or pointing hands, and a pair of weapon holding hands. He also comes with 3 weapons. First we have his standard blaster that comes with all Stormtrooper figures, and this one looks good. It's a simple black plastic, there is no weathering here. The sculpt looks nice, it is still sharp and clean. Then he comes with this longer rifle. This is something that we usually don't see in the Black Series line. It has a long barrel like a sniper, and the scope is up here, and I guess that this is for ammunition, for some kind of batteries or something, because this should be a futuristic weapon. It looks pretty good. And then his third weapon is another long blaster, and this is like a heavy gun with a thick barrel. We have this disc up here. The handle is painted in brown, but the rest of it is kind of dark grayish, so it still looks fantastic. The sculpt is great. All 3 look really good. Now let's take a look at his articulation. The head is on a double ball joint, and we have another ball joint at the base of the neck. There is no head inside of the helmet, as you can see. So the head can rotate 360, you get a little bit of side-to-side tilt, a little bit of slide forwards and backwards. He can look down this much, up this much. We have a limited butterfly joint here, so his arm can go across the chest only this much. This is really limited, but then again, it's an older S.H.Figuarts figure, and going back, you only get this much, so really limited butterfly joint. Shoulder pads are on a separate hinge, you can see it here inside. It slides, goes up and down, so it moves out of the way when you articulate the arm. It can go out all the way like this, and then you can like adjust this and cover the gap on the shoulders. The arm rotates 360, it swivels, and then we have a bicep swivel as well, double jointed elbow, but in this case these two pieces of armor hit each other here. Again, really limited, and I think that even the new Black Series figures have a better range of movement than this. If they made this guy today, I'm sure that they would fix this issue. We have another swivel underneath the elbow, and then a swivel in the wrist, and the standard wrist peg for the hands, so you can swivel the hands in any direction that you want. Two cuts in the torso, one up here, the other one behind the belt. You get the same range of movement on both of those points, and together they give you some nice side-to-side tilt. You can crunch forward this much, back this much. We have a drop-down hip, but it's different than what we usually see on these figures. This part doesn't slide down. Instead, we have a cut here, and then this part of the leg is the one that goes up and slides down. I don't know if that was the case on the original release as well. It's something that I didn't used to seeing on any of these figures. So he can move his arms and legs out this much. Legs kick forward this much, back this much. We have a thigh swivel, double jointed knees, but again, same thing as with the elbows. Two armor pieces are hitting each other here, so the legs can't bend more than this. We have a swivel in the ankles. They move forward this much, back only slightly. We have a toe joint and a limited ankle pivot. Let's now compare this guy to some other figures. Here he is next to two other versions of Imperial Stormtroopers that I have in my collection. On the left we have Hasbro's Black Series Imperial Stormtrooper, and on the right we have Bandai model kit version. You can see that model kit is definitely taller than both of these guys, but in terms of Black Series and Figuarts comparison, you can see that they are practically the same height. With the drop-down joints, you can make this guy even taller, and they will work perfectly together on your display. Here he is next to the Black Series A New Hope Darth Vader and Bandai model kit Empire Strikes Back Darth Vader with custom soft goods robes. Here he is next to the S.H.Figuarts Kenobi Darth Vader and the Black Series Grand Moff Tarkin. Here he is next to the Black Series Princess Leia A New Hope version and the Black Series Rebel Trooper. Here he is with the S.H.Figuarts Farm Boy Luke and Ben Kenobi. And finally, here he is with the S.H.Figuarts Han Solo and the Black Series Chewbacca from The Force Awakens. So that was my look at the S.H.Figuarts A New Hope Stormtrooper reissue. This figure cost around 45 bucks or euros compared to 30 euros that we in Europe usually pay for Black Series figures. And that price difference is noticeable in quality of sculpt, articulation and accessories. With this figure you will get more playability, more posing options for your display. As you saw, his height is the same as the Black Series one. The figure works great both with SHF and Black Series Vader, so that's good to see. All in all, I see this as a nice addition to my collection. Do I recommend it? I would put it like this. Black Series figure is fantastic and it's more than enough for your display. But if you are like me and you like articulation and you love to see what other companies have done with their versions, you should get this figure. At least one, just to mess around with it. It's really good. But those were just my thoughts, and now I would love to hear yours. What do you guys think about this figure in comparison to the Black Series one? Do you have it or do you plan on getting it? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I do plan on making a posing video for this guy, so stay tuned for that. As always, a special shout out goes to my Patreon supporters for helping me to keep the channel alive. Everything that I earn over there goes into the channel's content, so if anyone else can join and help, please do so, and if not, that's also okay because you are still helping the channel simply by watching and sharing my videos. So thank you all for watching, thank you for being here with me, and I'll see ya in the next one.